Now listen, y'all knew this was coming. Y'all knew I was going to make a video like this after this win today, man. Y'all knew after this win, I had to come on here talking cash, fam. The Los Angeles Lakers have officially advanced to the Western Conference Finals after defeating the Houston Rockets tonight by a score of 119-96. The Lakers won this series they won it 4-1. The Rockets only won one game, which was that first game. And after that, after the Lakers went small, it was a Reynolds wrap. It was a done deal. Tonight, the Lakers role players stepped up in such a major way. They smoked the Rockets. They got them up out of there with the quickness. And I always say this, if the Lakers role players hit their shots, majority of the night, it's over with. The Lakers are going to win those games. Because outside of tonight, I'm going to say this, most of the time, Anthony Davis is going to give you at least 25 and 10. LeBron James is going to give you 25 points and nearly 10 assists on most nights, 24, 25, and he's going to have those games where he explodes for 30 and 30 plus, right? And on a really great game, he might give you 40. But outside of that, when the role players hit their shots, it's over with. I don't ask for much. All I need, me and my boy Melvin discussed this. KCP, give me two threes. Danny Green, give me 2 threes. Kyle Kuzma, give me 10, 12 points, okay? Caruso, give me 2 threes. Rondo going to be out there facilitating, willing and dealing. He might get you a couple of points. He's been hitting threes lately. If guys hit shots, it's a wrap. It's a wrap, man. Look, Kyle Kuzma gave him 17 tonight. If Kyle gave him 17, KCP gave him 10, Danny Green gave him 14, and Markieff Morris gave him 16, I'm sorry. I don't even it's going to be close. It's going to go crazy. But I think when they playing like that, I think the Lakers can beat anybody, let alone compete with them. I think they can beat anybody when Anthony Davis and LeBron James is clicking on all cylinders, getting the job done, and the role players are out there hitting shots that they're getting a lot of. Because look, the role players have been getting a lot of wide open shots, a lot of great shots. It's all about them just knocking the shots down. And in the last couple of games, they've been knocking their shots down, and it has been boding well for them. Let me just say this, too. I'm sorry to report this to y'all. Mike D'Antoni ass is fired. Not fired. He is fired. And I wouldn't be shocked if he fired by the morning. For real. All that shooting 63s a game, just jacking up threes left and right, hoping and praying they go in all the time, is not conducive to winning a championship. The late, great Kobe Bryant tried to tell y'all that before. Before he passed, he said it. It's not going to produce championship basketball. And Mike D'Antoni always thought he could defy the odds. He could win his way. He can make it work no matter what. And I'm sorry, I just don't see it happening. Maybe if they had another guy there or Steph Curry there with them, they could actually do it. And they could jack up threes left and right and possibly win. But listen, it's not going to work, fam. Tonight they shot 49 threes. Guess how many they hit? Fam, they hit 13 out of 49 threes. All them damn threes. And only hit 13. That's 26%. Now the Lakers shot 37 threes. But they hit 19. 51% from 3. And they don't jack up 63s a game wishing and praying that they go in. Right? And that's the problem with the Rockets. And I said this. Great job by the Lakers. Because the other games, they were running the Rockets off of the three-point line, and they really couldn't do nothing. They wasn't letting Eric Gordon just get all them wide open shots. They stopped letting them get them wide open shots, and it was over with. It was over with. They tried to make everybody else work. Okay, Russ, show me that you can shoot. Show me that you can knock down a jumper consistently. Make me have to defend you. And if you're not going to do that, we're going to let you shoot. You know what I mean? Or you're going to have to just stay on that. We're going to force you to stay on the outside and wall off the paint, which they did a great job of doing, man. Except Russ had a game where he just got off for 30. That third game, he was just hitting all of his shots, but they still lost that game as well. But yeah, man, Mike D'Antoni, that style of basketball is not conducive to winning. I don't care what nobody say. And the Lakers went small after game 1, and the series was over with. And Daryl Morey been typing on that calculator, relying on analytics for the last 10 years. He been smacking that calculator, using that Texas Instrument, thinking basketball is a game of algebra, and he been losing for a while. He been on the losing end of the spectrum because he treating basketball like it's a game of algebra, and they not winning nothing. They not winning, man. The man team got worked, and they went through some soul searching with the 35-year-old Rajon Rondo being a major contributor on the team. Rondo was out there having them boys do some soul searching, and he out there willing and dealing on them. So that lets me know, man, that style is just not conducive to winning, man. I like James Harden game individually. I like Russell Westbrook's game individually, but it's just not working. It's not clicking for real, man. And one thing I noticed too, Russell Westbrook was talking cash shit when Rondo told Kyle Kuzma to stay home, meaning not to double Russell Westbrook during the game. Like, don't double him, right? And Russ took offense to that. He took offense to Rondo telling Kyle Kuzma to stay home and don't double him. And he telling y'all better double me, or whatever, right? And I'm looking like, brother, for what? Y'all down 30 at this point. Y'all are losing by nearly 30 points. What you about to do? Hit a 30-point shot? We not finna double you, fam. For what? I don't care how dynamic you play, how prolific you think you are as a player, and he is dynamic. We not finna double you, bro. Y'all down 30. For what? It ain't no 30-point shot in basketball. We not finna double you, fam. We just not. I don't care how mad you get. They not finna double you. Relax, right? But Russ be talking all this smoke. He be doing all this cussing and all of that, especially in game one when he was yelling, fuck they talking about, fuck they talking about, fuck they talking about. After the Rockets went on a little run, he played bad that game too. But he in that fuck they talking about, fuck, he woofing and all that, hollering and yelling and cussing and looking at the crowd, looking all mean and hostile and all of that, right? After all that, they didn't win another game after that. And so, brother, they was talking about y'all not gonna win another game. That's what the F they was talking about. Y'all not gonna win another game. That's what they was talking about, for real. And after that, in the midst of me saying all of that, Russ taking offense to Rondo telling Kuzma to stay home. Rondo's brother was woofing with Russell Westbrook. He was going back and forth with Russell Westbrook, and it was reported that Rondo's brother called Russ trash. And he ain't say nothing more than he just called him trash. And when Russ asked him what he said or whatever, he gave him the Damian Lillard, bye. He gave him that wave, right? And Rondo said his brother ain't say nothing more. That was it. And Russ got pissed. But my thing is, look, Russ, I'm sorry. I love Russ' game. He's a dynamic player. He's fun to watch. I think he's fun for the game of basketball because he's exhilarating. Like we have it outside of D Rose. I ain't seen a point guard as athletic as him that plays with the motor that he plays with, right? But at the same time, bro, Russ do a whole lot of woofing and he do a lot of too much cussing for me. And somebody gonna check him like, bro, what you talking about, bro? What's up, bro? All that talk, all that cussing, you can woof and we can talk crazy, but he be going a little overboard. Like, fam gonna be like, somebody might whoop Russ ass one day. I don't know. And I don't care how many muscles he got. I love Russ's playing, where he plays and all that. I love the way he plays with nonstop energy. I love how athletic he is and how physical he can be. But he be doing a lot. Sometimes woofing be a little too much. And somebody gonna have to whoop him and check him for real. So he be doing too much for me at times. I be like, all right, brother, calm down and relax. But yeah, man. Lakers win this series. Man. I'm gonna read y'all the stat lines. LeBron, y'all know my boy Bron. Bron had 29 points, 7 assists, 11 rebounds. Nothing major, some slight, some light. You know what I'm saying? Anthony Davis, 13 points, 11 rebounds, and 4 assists in 34 minutes. He didn't take a shot for damn near the whole first quarter almost. It felt like he didn't even take a shot for real. He was letting everybody else get off. KCP had 10, 1 and 1. Markieff Morris had 16, 3 and 3. Kyle Kuzma 17, 2 and 4, 14, 1 and Danny Green had 14, 1 and 4. So they balled out, right? Now tonight, James Harden had 30, 5 and 6, 30 points, 5 assists, and 6 rebounds. Russell Westbrook. Russ had 10 points, 6 assists, and 4 rebounds. And I'm sorry, I'm going to say this, and a lot of y'all going to get mad at me. Y'all going to think I'm just on a high because the Lakers won, and y'all know I fool with LeBron. That's my dog. That's my player partner. But I'm going to just make this statement. I promise y'all, Russ did not play well this series, right? He didn't. He had a good game, the game 3. Did he have a good game after that? I'm trying to think. Was the other game after that? Next game good? He had a 30-point game the third game. They lost still. But I'm going to say this. I think in the next 2 years, you're going to see Russell Westbrook have a major drop-off in production. Why do I say that? Russ's athleticism, I think, is going to start wane. It's starting to wane now, in my opinion. He still can get up there and all of that, but I think it's starting to wane a little bit. And I always said, as much as I love watching Russ play, as much as Russ is an icon and a legend for averaging a triple-double for nearly 3 damn seasons, he's a former MVP of this league. But as dynamic as I think he is, I always said after his athleticism starts to wane, his game will start to diminish because his IQ, his basketball IQ, is not that high at all. It's not really high at all. And what's helped LeBron, as LeBron is still athletic as hell, is all outdoors, but his athleticism decreased since he was in Miami and he was young LeBron in the first go around in Cleveland. But what's helped him is that his IQ is very, very high, supremely high IQ. So he knows how to be effective, even when athleticism hasn't been a super strong suit like that. Like LeBron ain't been dunking on everybody like y'all seen in the last couple of years. He really hasn't been, as y'all seen before. Now he got some dunks on folks. That last year in Cleveland he was getting off, but he dunked on Russ this series too. Might I add, he caught Russ ass too. But yeah, like he's always been able to be effective because he has a high IQ. You know how to get people high percentage shots. He knows how to get in position to score and be effective without trying to fly through the air and just run into the rim. Russ doesn't really have that in his game for real. And his jump shot is not really consistent. It's very, very, very streaky. Sometimes it can just be super, super duper flat. So I think you're going to, in the next 2 years, you're going to see a drop-off, a significant drop-off in his game. And I don't wish that on him, but I'm seeing the signs to me lately. I'm really seeing it. And I'm not just saying that being a prisoner of the moment. I've been seeing it. I think the game is going to start to wane in the next 2 years. But if it doesn't happen, great for Russ. But yeah, man, the Lakers, what they shot, 75% from the free throw line, 22 out of 29. The Rockets shot 17 of 24 from the free throw line, shooting 70%. The rebound battle. The Lakers annihilated them in the rebound battle. Lakers had 50 rebounds to 31 rebounds. To the Rockets, 31 rebounds. Lakers had 50. Rockets had 31 rebounds. Lakers had 25 assists to the Rockets 18. Lakers had 7 blocks to the Rockets 3. The Lakers had more turnovers. The Lakers had 19 turnovers and to the Rockets 12 turnovers. And the Rockets had more points in the paint, 36 to the Lakers 34. But yeah, the key difference, all them damn 3-point shooting, bricking. And the rebound battle, they lost that tremendously. They lost the rebound battle by nearly 20 rebounds, man. So that's the difference, man. They was super, super small. And I know Russell Westbrook felt like, hey, it don't matter the size, we're going to ball out and we're going to make this work and all of that. But at the end of the day, LeBron and them going to have their way with little PJ Tucker. Daniel House wasn't there, but he would have got work too. He going to have their way with them, man. Robert Covington and Austin Rivers and Ben McLemore and Eric Gordon guarding him, he finna work them. They gonna work them, man, every single time. And I want to give a shout out to my Chicago brother, Taylor Horton Tucker, 19-year-old kid from Chicago Simeon High School, the same high school that produced the late great Ben Wilson, produced Nick Anderson, produced Chicago legend and former league MVP Derrick Rose, the first league. No, wait. Was D Rose? Isaiah Thomas, was he ever league MVP? I don't know, y'all. I ain't too sure. But I don't think so. Was he? No, I don't think so. But D Rose was really the first league MVP out of the shot for real. There was another. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. In the modern era out of the shot, D Rose the only one from Chicago that really won a league MVP, especially from Chicago public league basketball. Chicago public school is crazy. But I'm always happy to see a kid that was riding in Chicago. CTA buses to school, came from the south side, came from the hood like me, making it, being on TV. The kid, 2 years ago, the boy was starring at Simeon High School. He went to Iowa State for 1 year, and now he's playing with LeBron James, Anthony Davis. He's a Los Angeles Laker, and he is in the playoffs, competing for a championship. Life come at you fast, man, and I'm so happy for that young brother, man. His life has changed due to his talent. He's in a great position to win a championship, and I'm hoping that it comes true. I'm rooting for these Lakers, and I'm rooting for that young brother as well. Young brother had 9 points in 10 minutes and 3 rebounds, man. Young brother lost a lot of weight, got in shape. You know, he signed a Clutch Sports with LeBron. I guess, you know, they telling him, hey, look, you got to be in shape, do your thing. Coach is telling him the same thing. He went in the G League, balled out, and now he earned himself a playoff roster spot at that, which is significant, man. But yeah, man, I feel like the Lakers hit their shots. I feel like they can beat any and everybody, including the Clippers. Now, the Clippers are going to be more physical. They're going to be able to compete with size and so on and so forth. They're going to throw Montrezl Harrell at AD to try to frustrate him. They think, because a lot of the people think AD's soft. He can't bang with the big boys. He ain't got no heart or no dog in him. And I'm hoping that dog, that Southside Chicago, Illinois, and AD come alive. And he shows you what he's made of. And LeBron James come with it, because I know these boys going to be talking cash and talking smoke. But the Clippers have to get past the Denver Nuggets, which I believe they will. But Denver came back and was providing smoke with them boys and popped them the other night. But I think they're going to close the series in the next game, man. Machiavelli Mills TV, I'm out.